Welcome to the double slot option offensive video series. My name is Rick Martin, and this year 2007 will be my first year as the offensive line coach for Marlboro County High School in South Carolina. I've had the pleasure of coaching varsity football in South Carolina for 10 years. 5 of those years I've been in a program where we based our offense on the option, the triple option, midline, different variations of that. And 7 years of my 10 years I've been an offensive coordinator, and I've run many different types of offenses. But the last 3 years I've been able to focus on running the double slot option offense. And over those 3 years it has really evolved. We've obviously found improvements and made some changes and feel like we've put together a really good offense. And we were fortunate enough to average over those 3 years 30 points a game, and concluded this season as undefeated conference champions. So we really believe in our offense and feel like it's something that can help a lot of you guys maybe become more successful in your program. All right, now we're going to move on to talking about our alignments and formations. And our main formation that we're going to start with is what we call dub. This is the formation I was talking about earlier, that it's a balanced formation. So it's going to make the defense balance up with you. They're not going to be able to line up their better players to your strong side because you don't have a strong side. We call our wide receivers X and Y. Our fullback is B. Our Z and H are our slot backs. Our H is we try to have that be a guy who's a little more true running back, a little more of a blocker. And the Z is a guy who's a little more of a skill player as far as speed, a guy that you can also take, and he's going to be the guy you split out in your extra receiver formation. So when you want to just have a fullback and one slot, the Z is going to be the guy that we split out, a little more athletic guy who can catch the ball a little bit more. Really, he's our playmaker. Our Z is our big-time playmaker. And so this is our base formation with dub. Now, to start off with our splits, we want our guards to split 2 feet from the center. Okay? We want our tackles to split 3 feet from the guard. We put our guards' toes on the ankles of the center, our tackles' toes even with the toes of the guard. We're going to put our slots 1 yard off and 1 yard back, so 1 by 1 of the tackle. We're going to take our fullback and we're going to put him at his heels at 4 yards behind the football. Now this is one thing you want to adjust some. If you have a fullback who's very fast, you might want to back him up. The kid that played fullback for us last year, it was our starter. We had to back him up a little bit because he was so fast he would get there too quick. The quarterback couldn't make the read in time. We had another fullback who played a good bit for us this year who was not so fast, so we probably moved him up to 3.5 so he could hit that hole quicker. So that's something that you got to play with depending on the ability of that person. Now, one thing to keep in mind here is that all these guys, their splits, these are just basically landmarks. We want these guys to line up in the most advantageous